Hi there, my name is Michael Robinson. I'm a Director and Solicitor at Emmersons Solicitors Limited. I want to talk to you about speeding. If you have been taken to court for speeding offence, you will face a financial penalty and the imposition of penalty points, or indeed you could face a disqualification. Under the current guidelines issued in earlier this year, 2017, for instance, if a person was to drive at 66 or above in a 40 zone, they are likely to be disqualified for between 7 and 56 days or receive 6 penalty points. If a person was to drive at between 81 and 90 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone, so that's the national speed limit, then they would be looking at a disqualification of 7 to 28 days or 4 to 6 penalty points. And for instance, if a person was to drive at between 31 and 40 miles per hour in a 30 zone, so that's most urban roads, then they'd be looking at 3 penalty points. For the lower offences, that's where you drive nearer the speed limit, you'll be looking at a Band A fine, which is your weekly income, 100% of your weekly income. Or if you are driving at, say, 56 to 65 in a 40, so quite a bit over the limit, you'll be looking at a Band B fine along with the disqualification I mentioned previously. And if you were driving, say, 41 in a 20, so double the speed limit, you'd be looking at a Band C fine along with the disqualification of 7 to 56 days or 6 penalty points. And you can see that from what I've said, that the magistrates are being asked not only to give you a financial penalty, but also to disqualify you from driving for a short period of time. The guidelines to the magistrates indicate that penalty points must be endorsed if someone is convicted of speeding, and they may disqualify. So what that means is, for a given offence, the magistrates may consider that the only appropriate way of dealing with it is to disqualify from driving. And where somebody has driven at excessive speed, then the guidelines tell the magistrates that they must consider disqualifying for more than the 56 days. The beauty of being disqualified for less than 56 days is that you get to keep your licence in your possession and you don't have to write off to the DVLA for it. If in fact your licence is disqualified, or you're disqualified rather, from driving for more than 56 days or more, then you have to apply again for your licence to the DVLA. Along with a financial penalty, you will have to pay costs of £85 and a victim surcharge, which is worked out as a percentage of any financial penalty that is imposed. There is a very good reason why someone faced with a speeding offence should seek representation, and that is because they may find themselves in a situation where they talk themselves into a disqualification. There is a way of addressing the court, and there is a way of mitigating the circumstances. And so it's useful for anybody who is being brought to court for a speeding offence to instruct the solicitor, because if you're being brought to court for a speeding offence, it's because the court is thinking of disqualifying you from driving. If you need any advice in relation to speeding offences, then you can contact my office, 0191 567 667, or you can email me, michael@emersons-solicitors.co.uk. We're here to help.